friends, this is the Cryptonian. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Monday morning. We're taking a look at Bitcoin and the crypto market. Currently, Bitcoin is doing well, 34,500. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the market. We see that Bitcoin is up 12% for the week and pretty much flat today. We are going sideways with consolidation. Ethereum 7.7% up for the week, doing well, and BNB 3.4%, XRP 6.4% for the week, not bad, outperforming BNB, and Lido staked Ether up 7.9%, with Solana putting in 17%, along with Cardano 12%, a little bit behind Solana, and Dogecoin 7.7%. That's the top 10. When we look beyond the top 10, we do see a lot of these projects, a lot of these altcoins that are making massive gains this week. Chainlink up 12.5%, Wrapped Bitcoin 12%, Shiba Inu 10%, Polkadot 7%, Avalanche 14%, doing very well this last week. Cosmos Hub 10%. But look at this. Internet Computer ICP up 20%. Huge week for ICP. 14% for Aptos. Okay. And this is what I said before. I said, once Bitcoin hits resistance and does not sell down or sell off, then a lot of these, it gives time and opportunity for a lot of these altcoins to put in big gains. Near Protocol finally waking up, 20%. Injective Protocol 32%. The Graph 23%. Look at this. I mean, this is huge. Thorchain 34%. Axie Infinity 30%. AXS for Axie. Decentraland 22%. The gaming tokens are waking up. Rollbit 20%. Look at this. Mina Protocol 52%, along with Gala finally gaming waking up 43%. So this is really good news, guys. And this is what I've said before, is that the rotation is Bitcoin, then it goes to the large cap altcoins, Ethereum. So it goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, large cap altcoins, medium cap altcoins, and small cap altcoins. And so we see that rotation, the altcoins right now moving back up to the 200 moving average. When we take a look at something like BAT, for example, BAT's actually, let me see, let's go to the daily. Yeah, see, you can see here BAT has returned back to its 200 moving average, and that's what's happening, is that Bitcoin will move in a very strong dominant way during the very early stages of the bull market, and then once it rests, then the altcoins will then move towards the 200 moving average. And that's the reversal strategy that I was talking about in a previous video, right? So you have Arweave also making it back to the 200 moving average. I talked about this a long time ago, and Chiliz making its way, not quite to the 200 moving average, but it is definitely on its way. Now, this is why you need to be in the right altcoin project. Whereas you can see BAT here is already at the 200 moving average and has made significant gains over the past several days. We have Chiliz is underperforming because Chiliz has not even reached its 200 moving average yet. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind, that we need to, during this time when the market is doing very well, when the altcoins are pumping, we need to pay attention to which altcoins are doing well, because those are the coins that most likely will outperform and do well during 2024 when the market starts heating up. So that is just something to keep in mind. Again, not investment advice. Taking a look at the chart now for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is currently at, like I said, 34,500. And let's take a look at the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we do see sideways consolidation. So this is showing a lot of strength for Bitcoin. The RSI is 63, and we do see that the EMA trend and the DMA trend are both bullish. We are still in expansion here for the 4-hour, and we're still above the daily pivot. We do not have a reversal yet, and that's because we've had this little tail here pushing higher. We are running into a little bit of resistance on the 4-hour. We can see that, although we do have a few more hours to go. This little candlestick right here is showing that we are running into some resistance. Now, when we take a look at the Cryptonian volume mod that I created, this tracks the volume. We can see that ever since this point here on the 4-hour short-term chart, ever since this point, we have been selling down slowly. However, when we take a look at the price, we are consolidating sideways. So this is showing a lot of strength, and this is showing that we have absorption. Someone is buying those coins that are being sold right now. And when we take a look at the news, what's interesting here is that this article that I shared this morning actually says Bitcoin may see a supply shock as available tokens hit their lowest level since 2018, with a potential ETF likely to jolt demand. And so this is the dynamics that's happening with Bitcoin right now. Right now you see that there is increased demand and that there is possibly a supply shock right around the corner, and that is why Bitcoin is performing so well right now. We have BlackRock is seeding their ETF with some purchases, and this is pushing the price up. The anticipation of the ETF approval is pushing prices up and keeping Bitcoin strong. And of course, this is the lowest level of supply on the exchanges in circulation that we have seen for Bitcoin in 5 years. So this is showing a very low level of available coins to trade, and this is showing that there is a supply shock most likely coming, and has probably already shown its effect on the market. And so that's why we can see we have a little bit of selling here, and yet there's demand that is absorbing that selling there. And also, we're not seeing a large amount of selling. It's just a small amount of selling here. And the price is being moved in a big way with, the amount of volume has been very low, especially at this level. And yet we're still seeing absorption. We're still seeing sideways consolidation here. So this is very interesting. So this is something to watch. We could be seeing Bitcoin going much higher here. When we take a look at previous price action, I'll show you something here. We are running into a resistance area for Bitcoin and consolidation. When we take a look at previous price action, we can see here that we did the same thing here. We had a strong move higher here, and then we ran into resistance. We consolidated sideways for quite some time at that level, and then we could not break through, and then we started to finally correct over the longer time period there. So we could see that at this level. We had such a massive run up. Let me go ahead and move this like so, and move this over. There we go. So we had such a massive run up here. We could see the same type of long sideways consolidation that I just showed you and just pointed out to you previously on the chart. We are establishing a volume node here, which is again showing a lot of strength and consolidation at this level. When we take a look at the daily, we get an idea of where we can go with this. First of all, the daily is showing a lot of strength. The RSI is 82, but 82 is overheated and it needs to cool off. And I've said this before. When I said that we could have sideways consolidation and possibly some type of correction, this is because the RSI on the daily is so overheated and overextended and staying elevated. The EMA trend is bullish, DMA trend is bullish on the daily. We are in expansion and we are not in reversal yet. So this move here has the potential to move higher, and we can see that on the 4-hour because of all that consolidation. If we have volume coming in, buyers coming in, we can still see much higher prices. Now, I'm going to give two scenarios. The first scenario is a correction, because usually whenever we see Bitcoin hit these levels, there is a correction. Like, for example, earlier when Bitcoin had a strong move higher here, we became overheated and overextended. We see the red dots here. We then went into a small correction and some chop as well, some sideways volatility. So it's very possible that we could see the same thing here. We could see, because we are overheated, if we don't have additional buyers at this level, we could actually come down and have some type of a correction like I just showed you. If that correction takes place, there's a couple of areas of interest. One area of interest is created by this prior price action. This is previous resistance. This turns it into support because Bitcoin has broken above this level. So now 31,303 is now acting as support. So if we have some type of a correction here, we could come down to 31,300. If we don't come down that far, there is a Fibonacci level at 33,100 that could possibly create some type of support, although the correction most likely would be a little bit larger than that. But we just have to wait and see what the market does and where it goes from here. So downside correction anywhere from 33,000 to 31,200 if we see a correction from here. If we continue higher, then the area of interest is going to be this resistance line at 37,600 down to 36,140. This area is going to create some resistance. Now, looking beyond that, we see that whenever, let's go to the weekly here, whenever we have in the past, whenever we come out of a bear market into a bull market or transition phase, the early stages of the bull market, in the past we have always gone to the Fibonacci bear golden pocket, which is 0.618. So you can see here we had the bottom, and now we're going very strongly into a preliminary bull market first phase. And we can see here, if we go into the same area, if we have the same behavior as we have in the past, which I do believe we will, and we reach the Fibonacci 0.6 bear golden pocket, that's going to put us up here at this red box. and that's why I put the red box here. This is my target. So the zero point 0.5 fib for the bear pocket, golden pocket, is 40,600. That's the beginning of that zone. So I'm anticipating this move to continue until the end of the quarter, and I believe that eventually we're going to get to 40,600 all the way to potentially 46,400. I think this is most likely where we will see significant resistance, and then we will have a longer macro trend correction down from there. Most likely it will do something like this and then like so. That would bring us to the end of Q4, and then of course Q1 would start the trend probably into a correction from there, and then the beginning of the year, Q1, Q2, will then bring us into some type of price action like so. Sideways price action, and then the beginning of the year to the middle of the year going higher from there. So anyway, Bitcoin is looking very good, friends, and that is my story. I'm sticking to it. I don't want the video to be too long, but we're seeing a lot of strength here, seeing a lot of strength. Nothing goes up in a straight line, so we do expect some corrections, and we could have a correction from this level, but right now we're not seeing any significant selling. The selling that we're seeing has been absorbed so far. This selling here, which is not a lot, but it's significant on a 4-hour chart. And so we've seen a little bit of selling, but that selling has been absorbed. And so the market's just waiting to go higher. If we go higher, most likely it's going to be on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, tomorrow or Wednesday. Because those are the 2 days during the week that are the strongest. Traditionally for Bitcoin, Tuesdays and Wednesdays have been the strongest. And so most likely that move higher, if that's going to occur from this level, most likely would happen tomorrow or Wednesday. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and we will see you next time. If you feel that this if you feel that this information is important to you or it benefits you, then please feel free to give us a like on this video. It's free and it helps the channel, and we appreciate it. And also subscribe if this information is something that you would want to receive in the future. So thanks for your time, friends. Thanks for your viewership and your loyalty to the channel. We will see you next time.